Welcome to the Suerte del Molino farm, Andalusia in Spain. This is our piece of paradise. We are thankful to be here. There are many things we don't understand about what's happening in nature around us. Even less about the nature inside ourselves. But at least we feel we make progress in walking in the light we have. We are learning, and as time goes by, we're gaining confidence in working with the land. Here we have our greenhouse and also our sand pit, where we propagate cuttings from plants that grow well on the property. But it also has its challenges. This is a fig. It was placed here. We are now in November, the 11th month. This is 11 months in here since it was a cutting this size. And the mulberry and the paulownia. And they all have roots, but it's not a strong root. Here I have removed quite a few plants, especially the figs, and I transplanted them. A huge ball of roots, but they don't do well. So the next level of strategy is to leave this. I will come back to them in February, when they have no leaves and dormant once again because of the cold. I am watering them again. We haven't had rain for quite some time. It's still interesting to me, the seeds of the asparagus we have in here. So Alex from Dreams of Green in Australia told me she doesn't take that many cuttings. She grows things from seed, especially trees, and they have a much better root system. So I might follow her advice and rely less on cuttings and propagate more by using seeds. This is really a challenging aspect of the nature here for me. Is suddenly the trees, this is a cherry, it starts to grow again. All this growth here, or non-growth, happened during summer, and now a little bit of growth. It's worrying because I don't know if it gathers enough food, energy, sugars for making proper roots. Hopefully it does, but time will tell. In March it will be 3 years that no animals foraged on this piece of land, and only now I start seeing some grasses. Here the whole plant is green again. Amazing. It's a kind of grass I would like to have on the property. On the highest part of the land, also the flattest, we had several attempts to sow something from alfalfa to weeds, and no success. Deep plowing is not what we want to do, and maybe ripping it and plant something in those furrows might be a way forward. It will be great to plant something here and have some feed for the animals we already have, chickens, geese, ducks. This rain season, starting October, we have had 170 millimeters, that's 7 inches. That is great because it was soft rain, and then we captured all of that in our swales. There was almost no runoff off the farm, and then we supplemented it heavily with the culverts coming from the road up there. So for the last 3 years our efforts have been concentrated on water systems. So the swales are an important part of it, and then we also have a lot of leaky weirs. These leaky weirs have done an amazing job. This one was only done 2 months ago, and already some silt built up actually quite far behind it. And that is exactly what we want. In the past, the water just came rushing down, and what a beautiful build-up of silt in this area. This one is new, and then the next one, quite amazing. This next one already plants growing on top of what was collected here. An amazing amount of stuff. Instead of rushing through our farm to the neighbor, at least we can hold it back. We have a repeating New Year's resolution, and that is to plant new beds of roses. We have 2 already, and the third one is now in process, and all these smaller ones are just cuttings we have placed in the soil, and it makes us happy. We have a lot of hara, cistus, regrowth from seed after we have cleared it all, starting 2 years ago. So I'll have to come again and remove these. That's also okay, we use them for our nutritional factories. Everything goes into a swale, and where they rot, and feed our plants. Here in the creek, this is the area where I have twice attempted to build a dam wall by using earth, and then it just got washed away, and now this gabion cage is here, and I will put it across and try once again. Maybe third time lucky. Just downstream, where all the soil that got washed away was collected here, and therefore I could build that little temporary dam wall. I also took out some and placed it here. I want to repeat this process, also open here, flatten the whole area for the water to spread out. And this is the spot for the next rose garden. Third one in 3 years. Great. We are back in the hunting season, and Sky is very afraid of this, because when he arrived on this farm it was a thunderstorm with lots of lightning, and now even the aeroplanes and the gunfire, it gets to him. The difference between this farm and the neighbor's farm, much more green, much greener on that side, because the grass have been eaten, and this is something we have to work on this farm. Either cut it and or get some animals, perhaps a few sheep. We'd like to get some dorper, but it's difficult. I have to drive about 10 hours with a licensed trailer to transport animals to fetch it. That's a little bit too much. Here in our second spring, the wild asparagus now shooting out new shoots, and this is what we collect. The last part tip, and placed it in a pan with eggs, and have some scrambled egg with wild asparagus. Let's go and do it. Till next time. Goodbye.